Welcome to today's discussion on the contributions of the Delhi Sultanate to Indian art and culture. The Delhi Sultanate, which ruled large parts of India from the 13th to the 16th century, had a significant impact on the cultural, artistic, and architectural landscape of India. It was a period of political change but also one of cultural fusion, where new ideas, art forms, and traditions were introduced, blending indigenous Indian practices with those brought by the Turks and Central Asian influences. The Delhi Sultanate saw the establishment of Muslim rule in India, which led to profound changes in various fields, including architecture, literature, art, and music. Let's begin with an analysis of how this era influenced architecture. One of the most visible and enduring contributions of the Delhi Sultanate to Indian culture was its architecture. The sultans, originally of Turkish and Afghan descent, brought with them architectural styles from Central Asia and the Middle East, which fused with indigenous Indian elements to create a unique blend. The construction of mosques became one of the most important architectural features during this time. The Qutub Minar in Delhi, built by Qutbuddin Aibak and later completed by Iltutmish, is one of the best known monuments of the era. Standing 73 meters tall, the Qutub Minar is a perfect example of the Indo-Islamic architectural style. It combines Islamic calligraphy and decorative motifs with Indian elements such as the use of red sandstone, typical of Indian architecture. The Sultanate period also saw the construction of mosques and madrasas, educational institutions. The Quwat-ul-Islam Mosque, also in Delhi, built by Qutbuddin Aibak, was one of the first major mosques constructed during the Delhi Sultanate. These structures typically featured large courtyards, domes, and minarets, which were inspired by Persian and Central Asian models, yet incorporated local architectural elements like the pillars and arches commonly seen in Indian temples. Another significant architectural contribution was the introduction of Iwan and vaulted ceilings, which became characteristic features of Sultanate buildings. The Sultanate's forts and palaces, such as those built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, also integrated Persian architectural styles with Indian traditions, evident in their gateway arches, courtyards, and decorative tile work. The Delhi Sultanate also made key contributions to art and calligraphy. The arrival of Islam brought with it a distinct artistic tradition, particularly in the form of Islamic calligraphy, which adorned the walls of mosques, tombs, and other architectural structures. The use of Arabic script became a prominent feature, with verses from the Quran and other religious texts inscribed on the walls, especially in tombs and minarets. However, unlike in other parts of the Islamic world, the Delhi Sultanate also adapted certain Indian artistic traditions. Persian miniature painting, with its rich use of color and intricate detail, influenced the art of Sultanate period, though it remained largely religious and courtly in nature. The Sultanate's patronage of Persian literature and art helped foster a culture of artistic excellence, leading to the development of Indo-Persian painting styles which would later influence Mughal art. In terms of decorative arts, the Sultanate era is also known for its tile work, particularly in tombs and mosques, where intricate geometric patterns and floral motifs were commonly used. These designs, while rooted in Islamic art, were influenced by Indian motifs, creating a distinctive blend of cultures. The Delhi Sultanate also played a key role in the development of literature in India, particularly in Persian. With the arrival of the Turkish sultans, Persian became the court language of the Sultanate. The patronage of Persian literature by the Delhi Sultans helped establish a rich tradition of Persian poetry and prose in India. Poets like Amir Khusro, who was a prominent figure in the court of Sultan Alauddin Khilji, made significant contributions to Persian literature, often blending Persian themes with Indian elements. Khusro is often considered the father of Urdu literature because of his contributions to both Persian and Hindi literature. His poetry often combined Persian language with Hindi vocabulary, creating a new linguistic tradition that would eventually develop into the Urdu language. Besides poetry, the Delhi Sultanate was also a period of historical writing. Works like Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi by Ziauddin Barani and Tabakat-e-Nasri by Minhaj-e-Siraj became important historical sources documenting the political and cultural life of the period. Moreover, Sufi literature flourished during this time. Sufism, which had a significant influence on the culture of the Delhi Sultanate, also played a key role in shaping literature. The poetry of Sufi saints like Bulle Shah and Nizamuddin Auliya, though they rose to prominence slightly after the Delhi Sultanate era, was inspired by the Sufi philosophy that permeated the Sultanate period. The Delhi Sultanate also made contributions to music and dance. While the sultans themselves were patrons of Persian and Central Asian music, this era witnessed the fusion of Persian and Indian musical traditions. The arrival of the Persian tabla and sitar, along with the influence of Persian classical music, led to the development of a distinct music style that would later form the foundation of classical Indian music. One of the most notable figures in this regard was Amir Khusro, who not only contributed to literature but also to the musical culture of the time. Khusro is often credited with the invention of the sitar, an iconic Indian instrument, and the tabla. His works blending Persian and the Indian styles became influential in shaping both the classical music of North India and the development of Qawwali, a form of devotional music associated with Sufism. The Delhi Sultanate played an important role in the social and cultural integration of India. The arrival of Muslim rulers and their administration led to the creation of a hybrid culture where Hindu and Islamic traditions coexisted and influenced each other. The sultans often employed Hindu ministers, soldiers, and artisans, leading to a blend of Indo-Islamic culture. Religious and cultural tolerance was promoted under rulers like Alauddin Khilji and Sultan Firoz Shah Tughlaq, who encouraged dialogue between different communities. This created a melting pot of cultures, with the Sultanate contributing to the fusion of Hindu, Persian, Turkish, and Afghan cultural elements in art, architecture, and literature. The Delhi Sultanate also played a role in the urbanization of India, particularly in the development of new cities and the expansion of trade networks. Delhi under the Sultanate became a prominent cultural and commercial hub, attracting scholars, artisans, and traders from across Asia. The influx of people and ideas led to the growth of urban centers where art, literature, and culture thrived. The Sultanate's encouragement of trade with Central Asia, Middle East, and Europe led to the exchange of artistic traditions, further enriching Indian art and culture. This exchange had lasting effects on the art and culture of the Mughal period, as many of the innovations of Delhi Sultanate were carried forward. In conclusion, the Delhi Sultanate made significant contributions to Indian art and culture, shaping the architecture, literature, music, and overall cultural landscape of medieval India. Through the fusion of Persian, Turkish, and Indian influences, the Sultanate era fostered a rich cultural environment that blended religious and artistic traditions. The architectural monuments, literary works, musical innovations, and cultural exchanges of the Delhi Sultanate continue to influence Indian culture, to this day serving as the reminder of a period of creative and social integration in Indian history.